Man, I love that so much. Did you know that that scene is a reference to GTA Vice City? And how did Phil Cassidy grow his arm back and get younger? Red Dead Redemption 2 gave us shrinking horse balls, and GTA 6 gives us liquid physics. And if you zoom in on these dollar bills, these are actually presidents from Red Dead Redemption 2. Today we have 50 more things that you missed in the GTA 6 trailer number 2. If y'all do enjoy and learn something new, I hope that I can earn your thumbs up and your subscription. I'll wait. Thank y'all so much. Have you ever thought about the fact that we make tons of money in the GTA series, but we rarely ever physically see that money? Well, did you know in GTA 4 there is a card game that has a parody of money? GTA 5's money actually resembles real life, but in the GTA 6 trailer number 1, we see a bit of currency, and on this bill it says the United States of Paranoia, which I think is really cool. So in GTA 6 trailer number 2, we once again see some money, and there's something on there, a minor detail that you may have missed. So we see Jason busting into this register, and we see a $1 bill, $10 bill, and presumably a $20 and $50 or $100 bill. We also see money in the strip club scene, as well as this screenshot. And if we zoom in on this money, we see some guys on here. And who are these? Well, these are actually presidents from Red Dead Redemption 2. The $1 bill features President Franklin Hardin, and the $10 bill features President Thaddeus Waxman. And we know this because in RDR2, we can collect cigarette cards, and 2 of these are actually the presidents from Red Dead Redemption 2. There are 2 other presidents in this game, Alfred McAllister and Xavier Fisher, which we would presumably see on the $20, $50, or $100 bills, blending the lines between Red Dead Redemption 2 and the GTA universes. And real quick, let's smoothly transition from this cutscene into gameplay. I believe that's what this is. Again, take a look at how smooth this is. I think that cutscenes in GTA 6 are going to transition straight into the gameplay, and that's actually what we're seeing right here. And if that's the case, this could be actual gameplay from GTA 6, even though it's just a quick second or 2. And let's also talk about license plates. So we see a variety of license plates in the GTA 6 trailer. We see a Liberty City license plate in Vice City, which is very interesting. This plate is also based on a modern day New York plate. We also see a brand new state, the state of Gloriana, on this motorcycle, and a different rendition of this on the back of this donk or this box Chevy. And these license plates, with the exception of the dolphin, resemble the state of Georgia, USA, not Asia. So while on the topic of Gloriana, or possibly the state of Georgia, let's transition into some locations around the map. So we have the Mount Calaga National Park, and this quite possibly could be inspired by Providence Canyon State Park, which is also in Georgia, USA, which would explain the state of Gloriana. And Georgia is geographically right above Florida, and if that's the case, this could be similar to Alderney in GTA 4 being a part of the main map, but not Liberty City itself, and actually being a separate state. We also have the mini golf, which is awesome. It looks very colorful, vibrant, and we see this in the background of Cal's screenshot here, but also in the trailer we can see this entrance to the mini golf with this giant alligator head on this TV. So just a minor detail in the background. We also see the Ocean View Hotel, which looks amazing, and we can kind of see into what would be Tommy Vercetti's apartment, as well as in the dancing scene. This is actually next door to the Ocean View Hotel, or part of it, and we know this to be confirmed by the concept art as well, showing this same setting, but just with an artistic element to it and not actually being gameplay. We also see the rusty anchor on the back of Cal's shirt, and the exterior of this building with a screenshot. This looks like the Krusty Krab, man. It does look pretty crusty, but also we do get some snippets of the inside of this, and it looks to be owned by Brian Hedder's wife, Lori, which we know because Rockstar gives us some of those details on their official website. So let's also take a look at our safe house. We know this is owned by Brian. Here's the exterior of it, looking beautiful and run down as ever. And then once again, the trailer gives us a little bit of a look inside the interior of this safe house. We also get a look at the Starlit Motel, which looks beautiful, vibrant, and run down as ever. But what's amazing about this spot is that we actually saw this way back in 2022 with the GTA 6 leaks. This is a early alpha image right here of this spot. There's an actual video. I'm not sure if I can show those yet with some hilarious dialogue, but this spot we actually saw way back in 2022. So it's nice to see the transition. We also see a cruise ship in downtown Vice City. That looks awesome. We've never seen a cruise ship in GTA before, so I know we can get on the decks, and I know there's got to be some sort of mission that's going to take us inside of here. And lastly, we see this field on fire. And all I could think of with this is that mission in GTA San Andreas where we set the weed field on fire with the truth, as well as if you want to kind of take a look at the evolution of these missions, we have this mission in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well where we set the tobacco leaves on fire. So we can only imagine GTA 6 is going to look like this, but on steroids. So let's transition now into some activities. These are various things we've seen all around the trailer and screenshots. The first being basketball, possibly making its return for the first time since GTA San Andreas. We've got mini golf, of course, fishing, pool, hunting, diving, off-roading, working out, cage fighting, metal detecting, and football. We see these guys playing catch on the beach, as well as in Jason and Lucia's trunk. We do see a football, and we know that in GTA 6, we're going to be able to store items in our trunk, much like we could our saddle in Red Dead Redemption 2. So the fact that there's a football back there, maybe we can play it and throw it over the mountains like Uncle Rico did in Napoleon Dynamite. How many of y'all are old enough to get that reference? So let's also talk about the differences in trailer 1 versus trailer 2, because there's a couple I picked up on. So first off, in trailer 1, we see Lucia in a golden dress going downtown on the freeway. And this could possibly be the same dress that she's wearing in the date night with Jason. That's not confirmed, but if it is, take a look at the graphical upgrades in the last year and a half between trailer 1 and trailer 2. If that does happen to be the same dress, of course, it may not be, but I just wanted to highlight those animations and how much better it looks in this time frame between trailer 1 and 2. We also see in trailer 1 and 2 the Fat Albert blimp, which, as you may or may not know, is a real-life reconnaissance surveillance blimp created to provide surveillance over the oceans and catch some of them drug smugglers. We also see the WTVY TV tower in trailer 1 and in this screenshot, I'm gonna just say from trailer 2. Once again, I've said it many times before, but I cannot wait to climb to the top of that thing. It's gonna take forever and skydive right off of the top. So now let's talk about some minor details. We've got tons of these in the opening segment to this trailer. If you take a look at the background behind Brian, there is a raccoon investigating the trash cans popping up in and out. I thought that was hilarious. I actually missed that in my first ever watch through and breakdown of this trailer. We also see that the map is going to be so big that this could be the first ever GTA game to feature not 1, but 2 international airports. So we see on this sign, we have the Vice City International Airport, but also Lucia is wearing a shirt that says the Gellhorn International Airport. We've had small runways and whatnot in GTA 5, but the fact that we have 2 international airports in this game just shows you the scale of the map. We also see mirror reflections working for the first time in GTA. Those look amazing on the side view and rear view mirror. And on the TV, look at those reflections in that picture. How amazing is that? Just those details that go by so quick that you probably won't notice, but the fact that they are there is next level. So let's also talk about the reflections of light off of Lucia's safety vest as she's doing a little bit of community service here. Those headlights are reflecting. Once again, it just shows you the amount of detail that is going into the game here. Now, we can also take a look at the PS5. What a great minor detail. We've actually seen consoles in GTA before, and once again, this is the most realistic looking of them all, as well as the controllers on the coffee table there. And on the coffee table, we also see beer bottles bubbling up. So let's talk about liquid physics. That kind of detail is next level. Red Dead Redemption 2 gave us shrinking horse balls. GTA 6 is giving us liquid physics. We also see Cal splattering his beer as he's shaking it up and down. And as Jason is walking through the store, you can also see the beer just shooting around and splatting around inside the bottle. So what a great attention to detail with something that most of us would probably never notice. Now, let's talk about the ankle monitor. So the prevalence of Lucia and her ankle monitor makes me think one thing. The restricted areas are going to be returning. So back in Vice City, the roads were barricaded at the beginning of the game because of a hurricane. In San Andreas, they were barricaded because of earthquakes. In GTA 4, they were barricaded because of terroristic threats. And in GTA 5, they actually did away with the restricted areas. The fact that Lucia early on in the game being released from prison has an ankle monitor on probably means we can't leave the Vice City area if that's where the game starts out. Now, did y'all notice the truck nuts on the back of this truck with these hillbillies or these rednecks? I can say that because I'm from the Southwest, but look at that. It's two giant nuts at the bottom of this truck. What a hilarious detail. We also have a flood gauge, and as we know from an earlier on clip from the trailer, we see a sign advertising Hurricane Roxy. We know that there is going to be dynamic weather in GTA 6. So is it possible that we could see this area flood? And that's what this flood gauge is representing. That would be neat if it was interactive and floods did come through. We also see AirPods. Jason is wearing them while he's working out on the beach, and Lucia is wearing them while she's swimming by the pool and also boxing in the gym. Now, this would be an amazing feature to have if we could have not only radio stations in vehicles, but mobile radio stations on our phone, because we know the prevalence of our phones and social media is going to be a big thing in the game. But it's also worth noting that Michael wore headphones in GTA 5, but they were not interactive at all. So that could possibly be the same case here. We can't confirm that, but that could possibly be a new feature. Lucia also has tons of customization features as well. We can see in different images and clips of Lucia, her nails appear to be different at different times. In prison, she's got natural nails. Outside of it, she has got painted nails. And in this other screenshot, I call this the chipped nail girl, her nails are chipped up. So just over time, if you don't upkeep your appearance, just like with Jason and your hair getting very scraggly, your nails might chip up on Lucia. So she also has that customization dynamic to her. We also see Jason wearing a V-Rock Radio t-shirt, and this logo has actually been redesigned, which is very neat. What a great minor detail, as well as politics. So a lot of people, again, I don't know the terms woke and how that applies or how to apply those, but thought that Rockstar might be going woke or kind of straying away from their edgy humor. And that doesn't look to be the case here, because we have a billboard advertising diversity, and on the top though, it says Tiny Frank. In case y'all didn't notice, that's a reference to a man's small genitalia. We also see in that same scene politics signs on the side of voting for mayor and whatnot. And Rockstar has briefly touched on politics in the past, but this news reporting agency helicopter also says reporting news the right way. So at this point, real life is a parody of GTA. Like, those lines are just so blurred now. GTA used to be a parody of real life, but again, nowadays things have changed so much that like real life and GTA are the same thing. So Rockstar does not seem to be straying away from that, which is amazing. We see a Young Ancestor t-shirt. This is a character that was introduced to us in GTA Online, a DJ, and we know that the prevalence of the studios in GTA 6 are going to be very big. And lastly, I noticed this guy guy taking a selfie. I call this the FaZe Rug guy because it kind of looks like him. We can also see him in an earlier scene sitting at the bar, and he just kind of stands out. He almost looks kind of scary. I don't know how to describe it, but his character model, his facial features just do stick out a ton. So let's talk sports teams. So we know in the earlier GTA games, the Vice City Mambas are a prevalent football team, but this time we are introduced to the Manatees. We see Draquan wearing this jersey, and that looks to be a direct parody of the Miami Dolphins and the Vice City Manatees. So I love that. But if you take a look at his hat, that's a logo for the Vice City Narcos, presumably a basketball team, possibly a parody of the Miami Heat. We also see their logo at the arena in this image of downtown Vice City. So it looks like we're going to be getting 2 brand new sports teams. And now let's talk about my favorite topic, Easter eggs. So there's a couple of them in the game. We have got the Blue Banshee, which makes an appearance in just about every single GTA trailer. This was also in trailer number 1. And also I noticed this green Lambo, or this Infernus. This isn't an Easter egg, but it's not only in this scene, but I noticed it in this other scene as well. I was just kind of curious about the prevalence of it, or maybe it was just sticking out to me because I want to own a lime green Lamborghini, or at least just rent one for a little bit and cruise it around. Another Easter egg we see is a possible nod to Tommy Vercetti. Now this one could be reaching a bit, but it's Jason wearing a very faded blue floral shirt in front of the Ocean View Hotel, which is where Tommy stays. And also he has a watch on and a necklace. Again, all of Tommy's features right there and characteristics. So that could like be a nod, but it also couldn't be. But I wanted to throw that in there. Let's also talk about the trunk scene. Once again, that's just a callback to Vice City, the Lance Vance dance, Mr. Lance Vance and Tommy Vercetti. But now let's talk about Michael's boat. This is a common boat in GTA, but it does look like Michael's boat, as we know from that infamous mission in GTA 5. It's kind of hard to tell with the reflections, but we do see that. And then the last Easter egg that we have is Phil Cassidy, who appears in Vice City Stories, Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and GTA 3. He loses his arm in GTA Vice City, but he looks to be rebooted in the HD universe, or this is his son. So we know that Rockstar has created the 2D, the 3D, and the HD universes, separating each game, meaning that characters from one universe cannot appear in the next, unless, big star asterisk, they do not physically appear in the 3D universe. They can be heard on the radios, but as long as they don't have a character model, they can cross over. And an example of this would be Willie from Love Fist. The band Love Fist appears in GTA Vice City, except for Willie. He is in the bathroom, as it's stated in a cutscene, and he does not have a physical character model in the 3D universe or GTA Vice City. So he is the only member of the band Love Fist to physically appear in GTA 5. So being that Phil Cassidy appears in many 3D universe games, he could either be rebooted and Rockstar is blending or blurring those lines between the universes now by rebooting him, or this could be his son, for instance, where he could mention Phil Cassidy as long as the actual Phil Cassidy doesn't appear. So also being that Phil Cassidy lost his arm, I doubt he grew that back. So definitely not Phil, but a nice reference to him or his son.